Everybody, to another episode of EPL on
Class is in session, hitting the books on PUBSPORTS.
This is another exciting edition of the main event on Talkin Hands. Bang, bang! What's going on, guys? You're tuned to another edition of the main event on Talkin Hands. As always, I'm your host, Preston, joined by Mr. Danny Betts. We're here to recap last week's huge, somewhat controversial, I don't know if I would say it's controversial, but we've seen the Twitter talk, fight between Devin Haney, Vasyl Lomachenko. After that, I believe Danny might have a couple looks for some relatively smaller cards this upcoming week. But talk of the town, big fight. Devin Haney gets the job done. Unanimous decision Saturday night. I rewatched the fight yesterday. Danny, thoughts on the fight, Haney's performance, Lomachenko? Where does each guy go from here? I know Haney has been talking about moving up. Is he trying to avoid Tank? Does he want to give Loma a rematch? Who knows? Go ahead, Danny. Let me know your thoughts.
I'll start off, being positive, man. It was a great fight. Another good fight, big fight that we saw this year. Boxing's winning overall. Us as fans, seeing these type of fights. It was the definition. The way I described this fight, it was the definition of a chess match. Like, it literally. And they even have that in the flyer. They had the little chess pieces or whatever, and some of the flyers and stuff like that. But the way, Haney did great in the beginning. He impressed me with a lot of the body work he started doing.
Yeah,
he had a lot of success with the body work. Actually going forward, which he did say he was going to do, not super, like Mexican style or anything like that. Just a little bit pressure, using jab, getting inside, body work. And again, even though it wasn't like the Teofimo fight, Loma did start slow. A lot of the early rounds, first half of the fight, Haney won. And then it started getting dicey. Loma started having more success in the second half of the fight.
Yep.
And then, it's crazy because, like I said, it was a great fight. I thought watching the first time I saw that fight, I thought Haney had it 7-5. Close fight. I really thought it could have went either way. Like, I would not be mad at all. I thought it could have been a draw. It was just that one of those type of fights that there was a lot of swing rounds. There was a lot of moments, like Loma will win moments, and I think that's what lost him the fight. He would just like win little spurts here and there rounds when the pace and controlling the round was Haney for most part. And people tend to forget, especially when Loma took over, like round 7 and started having more success. People tend to forget the beginning of the fight, the first half of the fight. We see it in UFC all the time.
Yeah.
They remember they forget about the first minutes, the control time, the knockdown or whatever it was. They just concentrate. Oh, look what happened at the end of the round. And I feel like that's what happened in this fight. Plus, you mix in a little bit of the scorecard that was 116-112, which I disagree with, but people are like over exaggerating. It's literally one round. Like, I had it 115-113 like the other two. But they're like overreacting about it, saying that it's a robbery, which is insane to me because this is one of those type of fights that it could have went either way. It could have been a draw. And at the end of the day, it was another great fight that we got to see, that we cry about, that we always say, oh, we want to see the big fights. But now you're going to criticize, the outcome of it just because you're the guy you don't really like won. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people were bashing him because he pushed Loma in the weigh-ins, and he started making it look like he was the villain, which is great for me. I think that's what he should do because that's the only way he's going to sell tickets because he has no punching power. Plus, mix in Loma crying, and people feel sorry for him. But I guarantee you, if that was Devin Haney crying, you guys would be making fun of his ass. I guarantee you. And I get it. I'm a Loma fan, man. I hate seeing that. But that fight is definitely not a robbery. Could have went either way. I was just excited to see another close fight. If you guys follow me on Twitter, I had a big parlay. And the last leg was Haney. There's no bias here. I'm I'm a real like I said. I thought Loma. I was actually mad at myself that I didn't hedge like with Loma by decision or his money line. And I'm looking at my brother. I'm like, dude, I should have hedged. Like it was like round 10, and I'm like, man, this is gonna be a close like decision, man. And I edged it out, man. But like I said, man, great fight. I'm happy for boxing right now. And I did say in the last week, man, I really think we see Haney move up because he does not want that smoke with Tank or Shakur in my eyes. Mm-hmm. We'll see. I hope we see those fights. But he is big for the division, really big. And, you know, at 140, I'm actually kind of nervous for him because he has no power at 135. So imagine at 140. And there's a lot of killers at 140. So we'll see, man. What you think, P?
Yeah, I mean, so my, so to speak, official prediction was Lomachenko by split decision. The fight went kind of to the way where, hey, maybe we could get Lomachenko by split decision. But like we definitely pretty much talked about last week, he tends to give up early rounds and he comes on late. And what Haney was doing, which was smart, which we said last week, when things sort of got dicey, he was grabbing a lot. Like he brought him in and then ref separates him. And then Loma does the flashes, the boop, bop, 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 bop. Mm-hmm. And then Haney would hit him with like the body work, which is why I actually thought Loma was going to get the decision because I thought the judges would have favored the flashiness of Loma over Haney. Look at this. Is this true, shit. Dixon? Do we have a true breaking news? The Crawford-Spence fight, Showtime pay-per-view, July 29th, contains a bi-directional rematch clause. Is this true? Because this is the fight we've all been waiting to see.
Right now, I see Fight Hub TV on Twitter. It's saying it's happening. Both Errol Spence Jr. and Bud Crawford agreed on a deal to fight for undisputed welterweight world title fight on July 29th in Las Vegas. Oh, shit. We're getting it, boys. But we've seen this before.
Yeah, because I'm on Dan Raphael's Twitter. He says when it's signed, it's done. It is not signed.
It's not signed, right?
Yeah, I wait that it's going to get signed.
Exactly. But I always wait for Michael Benson. He's the real one that I really like follow. He's legit. Like once he breaks news, you know it's happening for sure.
Yeah. So hopefully we get that fight. Obviously, that's the biggest fight of the year. Biggest fight. You could arguably say it's a little late, but you know both guys are still at the height of their powers. We'll get to that fight when that fight occurs 2 months down the line. Hopefully it happens. Loma Haney. Loma performed admirably. He was not a huge underdog, relatively like decent dog, plus 220. Yeah. Someone tweeted, so I couldn't watch the fight live. Like I said, I watched it on Monday. Someone tweeted live line was Loma minus 500.
Real quick, somebody said that, right? And I was looking at my phone. I bet 365.
Yeah.
For me, you know, every book is different. Mm-hmm. For me, I bet 365. It was minus 138 for Haney. After that 11, right? Like in between.
I believe it was after 11. That's what the guy said. Yeah.
So I don't know if he's lying or there was a big difference in bookies because they didn't know who the hell was winning. Mm-hmm. Because that could happen too. Obviously, that's what I saw on Bet 365. I'm just telling you because I was following like, do I cash out? That's what I was looking.
Right. Yeah.
It was that close.
Yeah, because round 11 was like pretty much like the statement round for Lomachenko, but then Haney, being smart, made sure he won the last round, banked that last round. So then it's going to be a very debatable, close fight, close decision. And as we said last week, Haney undefeated, Tank's undefeated, Shakur's undefeated. That's who they want. They're already kicking Teofimo to the curb. Or Teofimo's doing it to himself.
He's doing it to himself, I was going to say.
Yeah, like he's done so. He's fighting Josh Taylor in like 3 weeks. Yeah. Spoiler alert, I guess, but I'm going to pick Josh Taylor. Teofimo is like in La La Land. Yeah, I thought good close fight. Danny knows. If you guys have watched the show for any extended time. I do not like Tank Davis.
He's
And the
admitted
Ryan
now.
Garcia fight made me appreciate Tank Davis a lot more, and I would bet Tank Davis if he were to fight Devin Haney. I will not bet Tank Davis against Shakur, but Tank Davis will knock out Devin Haney. I'm convinced. I am
Yep.
convinced. So
And it's funny you already said that because I was gonna ask you that if you didn't bring it up. I'm like, do you believe now that you can beat him? Because I know you thought Haney was gonna outbox him, which you never know. But
I just thought Haney didn't move. Like, I don't know what it was. He didn't move his head enough. He didn't even jab enough. Really, that fight. Like, he was very. I thought he could have done more. Yeah.
Loma did really good at trying to take away his jab.
Yeah.
But like we're not used to seeing it happened in the JoJo fight. But even though he didn't throw the jab a lot, Haney, did more power punches and more body work. That's instead.
Yeah,
of
the body
using
work
jab.
was basically won him the fight.
Real quick, so Michael Benson on Twitter did say that he said Errol Spence he said the same thing I said earlier, but then he tweeted out again. Errol Spence and Crawford will reportedly have a 2-way rematch clause, with the loser will be able to activate within 30 days. So it's legit what he said on the chat. So it's claimed that the deal sees both men earnings and guarantees over $10 million. So that's good.
So you think it's a 50-50 split then? Or?
I don't, not pay-per-view. I don't think so. Because I know Crawford, say what you want, pound for pound, blah blah blah. He doesn't sell like Spence.
Yeah, no.
He's gonna be he's gonna be the A side.
Do we have a location? Is it Vegas or
it's a
Cowboys
Vegas.
Stadium? Vegas.
Yeah, T-Mobile Arena in Vegas. Yep.
Perfect. Yeah, that's the fight. That's obviously the biggest fight of the year. Two best fighters, arguably pound for pound. I mean, that's a debatable topic. We would get there when we get there. I already know who I'm going with.
We going to Vegas? That's what you said?
I would go, and I would make a large wager on that fight, yes. Honestly, you want to be safe. I think fight goes a distance would probably be fairly safe in that fight, but you never know. Haney looked, good. I think that's the thing. Haney looked so good against Kambosos, those two fights, that people, as we spoke about last week, were discrediting Lomachenko. Lomachenko had a somewhat subpar performance his last bout. Now he fights the champ. Looks good, and then they think he got, quote, robbed. He did not get robbed. It was a good, competitive pay-per-view fight. Fights you want to see. Fights are getting booked. And, I thought it was a good fight for Devin Haney, Lomachenko. Haney's going to lose to Shakur or Tank Davis if they fight. And Loma's going to probably get the win the next fight. And we got Ixnizzle in the chat. What's going on? Ixnizzle, Cleveland. Smash a like for my guys. Share the video. Thank you, Ixnizzle. Much appreciated. Thank you, Ixnizzle. And Mills agrees. Shakur beats everyone.
Nah, not that. No, I don't agree with the last part. He must be in NASA.
Yeah, it's not UFC tournament style. Mills. It's not. Nate Diaz versus Fake Paul, aka Jake Paul. We'll see. That's in not April, August. That's in August. And I think new name in the chat, Melon. Crawford kills Spence. It's not even close.
Oh, I don't know about that.
We'll see. I think Crawford's level of opposition's been pretty subpar.
Yeah, I definitely disagree with the "it's not even close" part.
I think it's a pick 'em. I think the bookies are going to make it a pick 'em.
Yeah, I think I saw it when they had those future fights that are not legit yet. I think it was -110 each way. Yeah, something like that.
And Mills is definitely in alien mode due to these emojis. Okay. Danny, anything for this week? I know we talked, I believe it's a rematch, Lee Wood versus Lara. I think you mentioned there might be an underdog play you're looking at relatively soon. Any thoughts for this week? I know obviously the big deal was recapping Haney Lomachenko.
Yeah, I was telling P. I'm about to post it right now. It's actually tomorrow morning. His name's Max Rees. He's flying on the card with it's a Joseph Parker card. So it's gonna be in the morning. I'll be asleep by the time I wake up. It'll probably be starting whatever. He's plus 160 right now in Bovada. So I'm gonna bet him and bet him by decision plus 500. There's a lot of little cards coming up. Like Friday, there's the zone card. I gotta dig into that. And Saturday, there's Alexis Rocha is gonna fight on the zone card. I really like this kid. His name's Oscar Collazo. Small guys, 105 pounders. They're fighting for the belt. He's fighting this kid from the Philippines that hits hard as shit. That's gonna be a banger. I gotta take Collazo on that. No, and I'm not biased because he's Puerto Rican. He's just legit, and he's only got 6 fights. He's 6-0. He's like minus 300, I think it is. I think he's parlayable. I think he gets him out of there later on in the fight. And there's a couple other fights I got to dig into. There's a lot, but I'm going to put all my plays on Twitter. And I'm just happy as shit right now because we got the Spence fight. We just got the Loma and Haney fight. So, like I said, this year boxing is going up, man. We saw Tank and Ryan Garcia. Enjoy it, man. Just forget all that negativity about the robbery, so-called, when it's a close-ass fight. Just enjoy the fights, man, and let's keep it moving. Hopefully we keep getting these big-ass fights.
Yeah, and the bigger the fight, the more likely it's going to decision, and then it's going to be a debatable decision. It's not like a wipeout. Like, they're not going to be wipeout fights when they're at that level. And I believe Tyson Fury's actually coming back, too. I saw earlier.
Yeah.
But I think he's going to fight someone he's going to knock out in like 3 rounds. The other fight that got announced, Oscar Valdez, Navarrete, Arizona.
Yeah.
That's a big fight.
That's going to be a good fight.
It's a very big fight. That should be action-packed, though Oscar Valdez has been trying to fight smarter recently, which is smart for him because...
After you guys asked with by
yeah. What else do we have here? Dixon is asking, do we think Francis Ngannou can beat anyone in the top 15 heavyweight? Maybe it's Chisora. I don't think not with the big boxing gloves, but...
I don't know, man. I try not to get involved in that. I don't think we're going to see him boxing now because he's with PFL, but...
he does have the right, though, to box.
He does,
yeah.
if it opens up, but like I don't see him... He's being real stingy. Like, I can only see him fighting somebody big. Like, obviously he wants Fury or somebody like that.
Yeah, which is
I don't see him fighting like a low-level heavyweight, Chisora, maybe. I mean, he's well-known in the UK for sure.
And he's an old man.
Old guy, so
yeah.
I
think one uppercut could, put him on his back, yeah.
Yeah, so that might be a good matchup, actually, for him.
Yeah. What's going on, Subhuman Gaucho, Subhuman... Glad to cash Haney ticket by the skin of the teeth.
Dude, me too, bro. Man. It was crazy. It was wild.
And Dixon's asking who we'd like to see Francis Ngannou box. I would have to take a look at the top 15.
Yeah.
Obviously, Tyson Fury would
I don't mind that Chisora. I mean... And
honestly,
Chisora,
King Kong Ortiz wouldn't be bad.
Him too, yeah.
Yeah, I think King Kong Ortiz would be a good fight for him because King Kong fights very slow, plodding, and he's up there to get hit. I think Wilder would probably knock out Francis Ngannou.
Yeah, Wilder's too quick. But yeah, imagine the bombs on those. Imagine being the referee.
Imagine me being the referee trying to get in front of these guys. Yeah,
dude, I'll be like 10, 12 feet away. It's like, you can clinch up. I'm not even going in. Go ahead.
Yeah, no.
I'll yell from here.
Yeah, no chance. Yeah, I mean, so I get you. Canminius, he would have hit big if Loma won. I did see some people actually did have some pretty big bets on like boxing Twitter, so to speak. So yeah, it's tough, but again, close fight. Don't fault Haney for winning. I think Haney's realizing, I guess, the levels in competition. I'm not saying he picked and choose because at the time, Kambosos was undisputed at 135. Yeah. So Haney just took all his belts. That was perfect for him. But, yeah, Tank's kind of shown me more. Loma's a tough fight.
So his coaches, they made a video, and they were flipping a coin. They were like tails. I forget which one it was, but it was like tails Shakur, heads Haney, because we want all the smoke. So they threw the coin up, and it landed on Stevens Shakur. And he's like, yeah, Shakur, you already know we're about that action. Let's make this fight happen. Don't let nobody boss you around. You want to make this fight? Let's make it happen. And blah, blah, blah. Like, I already know from that side, they want all the smoke. They don't care. So I'm pretty sure Shakur wants all the fights too. It's just, I know, like, Top Rank could get in the way of that shit. But we'll see.
Yeah, because, I mean, he did beat Oscar Valdez, but Shakur hasn't fought a lot of top names yet.
Yeah.
So for him to go straight to a Devin Haney, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a step up, but he has shown all the skills. Like when Floyd came up, like when you have the skills, you have the skills. Shakur Stevenson definitely has the skills. As Dixon Sider said, smash a like for us, guys. Hit the like, retweet, share it if you're watching live.
Sure.
Drop a comment down below. I'd rather not see a lot of comments about robbery, but explain your side, who you think won, what rounds, kind of what we said. Thought Haney probably took 4, arguably 5 of the first 6. I think Loma won 7-11, and then Haney won round 12. Haney winning round 12 to me cemented the win. I personally scored it a draw, but I think Haney again on last round pushed it over the edge for him. And good for him, still undefeated, no power. He's going to have to start smack talking because, like you said, I don't think he's going to be the most marketable name in boxing.
Yeah. He's working at it now. He's over here talking shit on Twitter. It's funny.
Yeah. Juan Chavez in the building. What's going on, Juan?
Boy, JC.
And some human gaucho. I feel bad for my friends that picked Loma. These MFers did nothing wrong. Yeah, I mean, it's just, good fight, boxing, pay-per-view fight, close fight. Yeah.
Like I was saying, like on my tweet like the other day, I'm saying like if you want to talk about robberies, let's talk about Jeff Horn when he beat Manny Pacquiao.
You don't even want to know about that fight, dude.
Or even Taylor when he fought Catterall, he beat whatever.
Yeah.
We just saw one a week and a half ago. Rolly Romero, even though it didn't go to scorecards, that was a robbery.
The way
we saw the ref.
Fight,
those are robberies, man. Like this was a crazy competitive fight. Like there's no robbery in my eyes. And if you think Loma won, that's fine. Like I really thought it could go either way. I'm just happy it was a great fight. Like what I mean. It wasn't like a snooze fest. It was one of those fights that it wasn't like, somebody's gonna get knocked out. It was more like, who the hell is winning right now? That type of fight, like it's that technical, a chess match, like I said.
Yeah, I thought it was a dangerous fight for Haney to take, which is kind of what we discussed last week. It's a tough fight. And congrats to Dixon Sider here in the chat. Don't want to dox myself, but I won 10 bands on DK MMA Captain Saturday. They paid me out before Haney Loma, so I put half of it, so $5,000 on Haney by decision.
Nice.
Wedding big time. No hedge.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. I had like a little 12-leg parlay, $29 to win me $1,000, and I didn't hedge either. And like I was telling Pete, like around 10, 11, I'm like, man, this is gonna be sketchy as shit. But I guess, hey, shout out to you because you made bank. I'm happy with my grand.
Yeah, I mean that's gotta be a 15K night, damn near. So, or probably even more, right? Because what was Haney by decision? Damn near a pick 'em?
No, it was like some books had it. It kept going up and down. It was like minus 175, minus 150. Around there. It kept going up and down.
Yeah, still, congrats, Dixon. That's a huge score on a Saturday night. And Subhuman Gaucho scored the fight a draw.
Yeah.
Completely reasonable, understandable. That's what I scored it. And I think that's where, so what he's getting at with the end, when you have the plus 200 underdog and the guy loses, you want to scream robbery because you think they got lucky picking the favorite. we see it all the time. You go on the UFC live stream.
Yeah, you know how it is. I've seen way worse.
Yeah.
Way worse.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, that was it. So, great fight, guys. Thank you, chat. You guys were awesome tonight. Make sure to hit that like, comment down below. Danny, any final thoughts? We believe, got the announcement that we're all waiting for this year, Spence Crawford. Yes. We will definitely be covering that here. And who knows? Do I go to Vegas? Do we go to Vegas?
I mean, I don't got nothing on that weekend, I don't think, right now.
Yeah, you never know. That's in 2 months, and that's... Yeah, I know who I like. I think Danny agrees with me, so we might have to go and make a big Talkin Hands bet. Danny, close us out. Any last comments, thoughts before we get out here?
Just excited as a boxing fan. Great fight from Haney and Loma. Regardless of who won that fight, it was a great fight. And now we get Spence and Crawford. We got a couple other fights coming up. Fury's talking about that. I'm hopefully going to the Jared Big Baby Anderson card. It's like 2 hours away from here in Toledo in July 1st.
Yep.
We'll see what happens in that for the Vegas trip because those tickets ain't gonna be cheap. So
we'll
see.
Totally.
I might try to make a big bet on beforehand. See if we can make some extra money and go over there.
Yeah.
But yeah, smash that like button. Comment below with your thoughts of the fight. And early predictions, early predictions for the Spence and Crawford and who you got.
For sure. Yeah, guys, like Danny said, hit that like button, comment down below. No fights this week, but as always, if you're going to gamble, we would love for you to gamble with mybookie.ag. Promo code PUBSPORTS, 50% deposit bonus match credit, debit, 100% Bitcoin. Use the Bitcoin. We will see you guys next week. Another edition, main event, Talkin Hands. See you guys. Peace.